ABC 6 News 11 at 11 starts right now.
We begin ABC 6 News 11 at 11 with breaking news. Our ABC 6 News crew is on the scene right now in Taunton as we take this live look right now. This is on Newcomb Place. That's not far from Ware Street. Right now, we know that a call for help came in shortly after 10 o'clock this evening, so just about 45 minutes ago. We got to the scene just a few minutes ago right now, and as you can see from this live look, there are a couple cop cars outside of a home in Taunton. Of course, our team will remain on the scene. We'll try and get you some answers and pass more information along as that information is released. We will pass that along to you both online and on air. This is the live scene right now in Taunton. Meantime, we are also tracking breaking news out of New Bedford at this hour. New Bedford police confirming to ABC 6 News one man was shot on Worcester Street. We're told his injuries are not life-threatening. Of course, as additional information is released on this incident as well, we'll tell you about it both online and abc6.com and on air. And more breaking news, this out of Pawtucket at this hour. Detectives investigating an armed robbery at Lucky's Hookah Shop on East Avenue. It happened at 5:30 tonight. Police have not released any additional information. Of course, as more details are released, we'll pass it along to you. Okay, let's turn now to a live look over Providence. A beautiful look with our Skycam HD of the Providence Capitol there. Let's get a check of our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Manson joining us live in the Weather Center. It looks frosty out, that's for sure, Jeff.
Yes, it does, but a nice little colorful Capitol this evening with the obviously Christmas colors that we have out there, and we're looking at a pretty decent weekend, all things considered. Now, we're going to start with a national map view just to kind of give you a little sense of what's going on across the country if you're doing traveling. We'll have your full travel forecast coming up a little bit later on, but really not a whole lot. The main storm feature right now is an upper low that's moving across the desert southwest. Yes, desert southwest. Arizona, New Mexico getting lots of rain right now. Same storm system that brought lots of rain to usually sunny SoCal. They're going back to sunshine over the next few days. So if you're traveling to the West Coast, weather looks pretty good for the holiday weekend. But then you notice a little bit closer to our neck of the woods, I'm just going to call this a blob of rain. I mean, I don't think there's any other word really for it. It just looks like a blob moving across places like Chicago, moving through Indianapolis, getting into Ohio, Toledo in that, Detroit as well. Now that's going to move more so northwest of its current trajectory, current position. The trajectory will take it over the Great Lakes and up into upstate New York. A few sprinkles, maybe even a few snow showers up towards the Berkshires could break off of that piece of energy as it does move by, heading through the course of the weekend. Right now it is cold out there. Again, as you said, Tiffany, very frosty looking, 20 to 25 degrees. It doesn't feel that bad because the winds are really, really light to virtually calm out there. So I guess that's the only real saving grace. Certainly need to bundle up overnight. We do have warmer air on the way in time for Christmas Day. We'll give you that full forecast in the rest of the 7 days as well, coming up in a bit.
The Blob, wasn't that a movie? It was.
I think it was green too, right?
Old movie. I don't know. We'll check into it for you and let you know later. Happening right now at 11, we're spreading Christmas cheer. So the lights at the White House have been turned off, but this is the White House. I assure you of that. You see the flag up top there and 3 beautiful wreaths adorning the front of the White House lights. This is a live look in D.C. So hopefully your holiday shopping list is just about complete tonight. Maybe you're waiting really until the last minute. Families around our area are trying to get that last second shopping done and getting in the Christmas spirit while doing so. We stopped by Garden City Center in Cranston tonight to see the big guy himself and hear from some excited kiddos making sure they're on the nice list this year.
It's been hectic, but everybody's excited. You know, Santa's coming in a couple days, so it's exciting. It lights all the kids' faces up. Some of them cry. You know, it's a little scary sometimes, but that's all right. They're excited. It's just beautiful. I love seeing everybody come together, and that's really what Christmas is all about. You know, it's not about the gifts, it's about the families getting together. So
it's so true. The folks at Garden City tell us Santa's cabin will be open through Christmas Eve before he takes off for the holiday. Of course, when Santa is in the air, you can track his progress through NORAD. We have a link on our website to NORAD and tracking his progress. That's abc6.com. So while ABC 6 News reporter Josh Kerman was visiting Santa in Cranston tonight, he was posting to our ABC 6 Providence Local Now app. We've Heard from a lot of you on the app posting videos of Christmas trees, crazy costumes, ugly sweater contests. The list goes on and on. Gingerbread houses too. So if you are getting in the holiday spirit, we would love to see how your family is celebrating. You can download our Now app by searching Now Local News in the App Store, and you can keep up with stories that we are following all day long, and of course submit your own content as well. More holiday consumer news at 11 o'clock. Despite inflation concerns, millions of Americans are apparently still willing to spend as retailers offer pretty deep discounts. Here's ABC's Mira Villarreal.
You have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Merry Christmas.
Tonight, amid the final holiday shopping rush,
Much better deals on last minute.
prices falling for the first time month over month since April 2020. According to the Department of Commerce, more progress than economists expected.
Retailers have been offering key deals to consumers throughout the season. We know that deals in many cases started as early as October, and consumers have confidence that they will continue even through the end of the holiday shopping season.
Though prices are dropping, inflation sits at 3.1%, a point higher than the Fed's target. And consumers are still stretched, spending $200 more a month compared to a year ago.
I budgeted knowing that Christmas comes the same time every year and that inflation was still going to be high.
I don't think it's getting better.
Small business owners staying positive as the economy shows hopeful signs.
People are spending money on their homes, on their gifts, and even if funds are tight, they still buy a new ornament every year. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Big corporations like Nike are still very cautious right now. In fact, they just sent out an alert recently talking about a potential revenue loss. But here in Grapevine, Texas, on Main Street, the Christmas spirit is absolutely alive. And in fact, tomorrow on Super Saturday, we are expecting to see 142 million people out shopping for what is being called Super Saturday. Mireya Villarreal, ABC News in Grapevine.
Meantime, the men and women of NORAD getting ready for the most wonderful night of the year. NORAD is celebrating the 60th anniversary of tracking jolly old St. Nick's jersey all around the globe. Starting at 4 a.m. Christmas Eve, folks can visit the NORAD website to see Santa updates as he prepares for his big flight.
It's just something that we have to look forward to every year. I know all the kids across the United States and Canada are counting on us, and really across the world to give them updates on Santa's location, and hopefully they get to bed in time and he can stop by at their house too.
Santa has been intercepted multiple times with F-15s, F-16s, F-35s, F-22s, and even the Canadian CF-18s. And whenever we do intercept him, it's always a friendly occasion.
Our NORAD fighters, fighter jets, go up and typically escort Santa as he traverses through northern Canada and Alaska, and they again fly right next to him as a good wingman would, and escorting him through safely.
Who knew? So if you are tracking Santa, maybe you're leaving some carrots out and cookies for Santa and the reindeer, we'd love to see video of that. You can upload video on our Now app. You can download the app first by scanning that QR code on your screen and then start uploading video today. Once you start uploading video, you'll get points that can be redeemed for prizes, and we might even show your videos right here on ABC 6 News. Now to an ABC 6 News update at 11. The man injured in a police-involved shooting by Connecticut State Police in Stonington last night is dead. A state police canine was also killed in that shooting. Police haven't said who fired their guns. Police arrived at the home of suspect Vaughn Malloy in the village of Pawcatuck to serve a felony arrest warrant last night. That shooting happened as the officers tried to serve that warrant. The canine, known as Brocco, was honored with a procession of at least 100 canine vehicles from area departments. State Police says the canine courageously gave his life protecting his handler, fellow troopers, and the community. Meanwhile, East Providence Police will be a little better protected thanks to their new canine. This is Nick. He's a 14-month-old German short-haired pointer. He was brought to the U.S. from Hungary. He's being trained in explosives and firearm detection and evidence recovery. As we've reported all week, the U.S. southern border is experiencing a huge surge of migrant encounters. So far, in the month of December, federal authorities reported a 7-day average of 9,600 migrant encounters along the border. If you compare that to the 7-day average in late November, around 6,800. And in recent days, more than 10,000 migrants have unlawfully crossed the U.S.-Mexico border every day. Senior U.S. officials will travel to Mexico in the coming days. They've recently described the situation nearing a, quote, breaking point. Staff at a hospital in Rhode Island picketing earlier today as they say they face staffing shortages just ahead of the holiday. ABC 6 News reporter Josh Kerman was at Women and Infants in Providence. He has that story for us tonight.
Staff here aren't asking for better pay or better benefits like many of the pickets we've seen across the state. Caregivers at the Women and Infants Hospital say they're facing staffing shortages and a lack of clear communication from management with the new year around the corner.
Well, we've already looked ahead at our scheduling, and we don't have enough staff to cover the needs of our patients. It's scary, and we're asking them, well, post the needs, give incentive to bring staff to come in to work. We can't do it without our staff, and do whatever you need to do to get the staff in there, and they're just not willing to work with us on it.
Price has been working in the hospital for nearly 3 decades. She says in the past few months, they've seen the patient-to-staff levels getting worse.
We used to staff 1 nurse to 6 patients. That means 1 nurse to 3 mother-baby couplets. That's A1 standard, the professional organization. Over that past year, we began to staff 4 to 1, 4 couplets to 1 nurse, which means she has 8 patients.
Union caregivers say they've been trying to speak with management for the past few months, but don't feel like they're being heard, and say their work is suffering because of it.
We used to be a renowned hospital. We were the hospital that everybody came to have their baby, and we were the best hospital in the area. The place that people came to work. It was hard to get in. You had to know somebody to get into this hospital, and then you came here and you stayed forever. It's not like that anymore. It's nothing like that anymore.
We reached out to Care New England, the organization that operates the hospital, for any comment. According to their spokesperson, all services remained available during Friday's picket. They sent a statement that reads in part, "We are disappointed that 1199 SEIU has decided to use valuable time leafleting when we have been and are currently engaged in discussions together to create the best staffing plans for the holiday season and enhance our process for a patient care council." Staff told us that an informational picket is not a strike. In Providence, Josh Kerman, ABC 6 News.
Still to come tonight on ABC 6 News at 11 o'clock. The full 7-day forecast is in. And before we go, we want to remind you about our new Now Local News app. You can send us your last-minute holiday shopping stories or show us how your family is celebrating the holiday. Scan the QR code on your screen and send in your video content starting right now. You can get points that can be redeemed for prizes. We're back with more news, weather, and sports after this.